Reunion. Hello, y'all. I was selling crack on a private jet up in the hell and back. But no confusion, this a reunion. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Get murder here. He counting money. He said, "Can man, the hell with rap." I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches. Welcome, ass. I bought jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white Vigors. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah. I don't like niggas, what's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 turn to Michael Jordan. I look and say, take flight, nigga.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Underdog is offering promos every day all October, so make sure to use code MACECAM or STAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash with your first deposit. And remember, you always get a free pick on Underdog, so you can support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog app today. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts, Mase and Cam.
Killa was good, man.
Shit, I'm good. How you today, man?
Really good, man.
That's what's up.
It's great. Today, we are joined with our analyst, Maurice Clarett.
Mo, what's going on, man?
Life is great, brother, as usual. Got Uncle O with us today.
Okay. T-shirts back.
Yeah, we back.
Miss O, man. Oh, ain't get to see Slim Murder.
Yeah, I ain't get to see me button up my two-piece.
Yeah, man. You ain't get to see it.
I hope you watching. The blazer clothes, but I guess you got a grasp on the obvious.
Man, missed that one, man. It's funny, man.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Is that me? Is that genuine leather?
She said that genuine look like leather. Oh, man. Bro.
Yeah, definitely him on the show for sure. Okay, so let's talk about this game first. The Broncos crushed the Saints 33-10. Maurice, what do you think of this Saints situation right now? And then how do you feel about Bo Nix's performance in the NFL as a whole?
I was for those who didn't see old school football in the 90s or the early parts of 2000s, man, I thought that Denver put on a clinic of just basically sticking and staying with the run. I think it's what Javonte Williams, I might have messed his first name up, but they just kept, run left, run right, pushing the defensive line around, and he had a phenomenal performance. And I cut it off probably midway through the fourth quarter when they was having success. But Bo Nix, I seen Bo Nix being productive, but he wasn't as dominant as I've heard him be advertised. And of course, he's young and he's in his first season. I imagine I heard Drew Brees talking during the game and him talking about things that he can do to get better. But overall, Denver, handled their business against the Saints, and I'm not too impressed by Bo Nix, but of course, he's young and he'll grow into it. But I was happy with their performance overall.
I mean, the New Orleans Saints got a lot of excuses they can make. They had over at least probably like 5 to 6 people out. You got Eric McCoy. You got Chris that was out with a concussion. You got Rashid out with a knee. I mean, so they was pretty banged up. So I wouldn't give Denver too much credit because it was way too many people out. If you got 6 people and 3 of them is on defense and you got 2 of them on offense, it wasn't supposed to be a good game for the New Orleans Saints. So I'll let this one slide,
Game was whack, yeah. Shit was trash. I don't know. Shit, I turned it off in the middle of the third quarter. Once niggas was down like fucking 26-3 or some shit like that, I stopped tuning in. Mase made some good points. We all knew that that the Saints was banged up and the game went the way it should have been. So I'll just leave the game at where it is. So I was turning back and forth to watch preseason basketball, to be honest with you, back and forth watching the Lakers and the Suns. But as far as Bo Nix is concerned, I think Bo Nix, he was all right, like Mo said, but I don't really think it's Bo Nix's fault that he's not producing better. I think it's Sean Payton holding Bo Nix back on some Mr. Miyagi shit. Like, I know how to make great quarterbacks. Trust me. This is what I do. I'm being honest. That nigga Sean Payton, he aggravates me. I actually used to like when he coached Drew Brees because them two niggas seemed like they had great chemistry together. But after seeing his attitude last year with Russell Wilson, and then the little back and forth that he had already with Bo Nix, and just his demeanor, I'm not really a big fan of Sean Payton like I used to be because I talked about it before. You can't coach the same people the same way. People have different personalities. Somebody like Drew Brees is not going to be Bo Nix. Bo Nix could probably be Drew Brees' son. I'm talking about age-wise.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And they're not going to be the same type of people, so you have to change your coaching style. I'm not saying as far as plays, X's and O's is concerned. I'm talking about when it comes to dealing with people. I brought this up before, how Popovich used to just be hard-nosed on everybody, and now you see him keying with Wemby, laughing. Niggas finished the season 12-70, he laughing and shit. But imagine the 2005.
Yeah, he would have
Popovich
never been that way with Tony Parker.
Yeah, Tony Parker and them was fighting for citizenship. They was talking about, can I stage Ginobili? Everybody in 2005, 2006, niggas would have finished 12-70. Pop would have lost his motherfucking mind to where he's seeing, okay, cool, I had success. It may be a while before I have success again, but I do have the ultimate superstar. Or I'll call him also, I wouldn't say superstar. Some people will say superstar. But you have a unicorn, an alien when it comes to Wemby. But he knows how to deal with it. He's not up there crying about why their record is 12-70. 15, 20 years ago, this would not be the same person. And I think that Sean Payton doesn't get that. Even like somebody, and I know that I'm all using basketball references.
Thibodeau.
Yeah, and I'm using basketball references, Thibodeau. Another one, everybody didn't want to play for Thibodeau, but I think that when you get to know your players and deal with the climate that you're in, it's just not, people realize that you have to deal with people differently. Like,
let me ask a question
real quick before I finish up, and then you guys. It's like my little cousins. I don't want to use the word fragile, but
you can't coach them like we would.
You wouldn't have, they would have been out. So they would have been like, nah, bro. Nah, I ain't with all this. Niggas is crazy. Niggas acting.
Sitting on the wall, holding bricks and
it's like, exactly.
Nah, we're not doing that.
Exactly. And to me, Sean Payton hasn't figured that out yet. So my bad, Mo.
No, it was to your point that you was making. Like, where does an older coach go to get that sort of advice? If you've had so much success with players in the past and you've seen whatever attitude or system work, I'm just asking the general question that went through my head as you were talking. Like, where do you go as a coach to go get that sort of mentorship after you old to work with younger players?
Well, for me, it boils down to one thing: winning and losing. Because if you stick with the regiment that you've been doing as an older coach and you win it, then the niggas got to shut up. But if you're not winning, you'd be like,
it's a new day.
Yeah, exactly. Niggas gonna be like, if nigga would have let me do X, Y, Z, then we could have won this game. So to me, purely, it boils down to winning. But the thing about it is, if you don't have a happy locker room, then sometimes that's not going to translate into winning. Now, you do have to have all the right tools, the right quarterback, the right defense, the right special teams, the right offense. So much goes into football, but you can't lose your locker room either. And I'm not saying that Sean Payton lost his locker room, but obviously people seen what happened with transpired with Russell Wilson. And you got to think about it. This is football. You got niggas in the locker room that he not going to do that to, because you got niggas mumbling like,
yeah,
I wish a nigga would even come our way with that wild shit. Slap the shit out, Sean. You got them type of, I don't know them.
Niggas is going to lunch and, why y'all be letting that nigga?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, all
that's
of
exactly what I'm talking about. Like, he couldn't talk to me like that, my nigga. So, to me, it boils down to winning and losing, because what happens now is this. The reason Sean Payton may be so intense, Mo, is because everybody's seen what he did to Russell Wilson and got him out of there. Not only got him out of there, have the Denver Broncos organization paying him $34 million a year for a nigga that's not even on the team. And so now, okay, Sean, we got who you wanted out. We got your quarterback. What's next? What we gonna do? Now, if it don't translate into winning, he gonna say, well, you know it ain't gonna happen overnight. All that start happening. You start all
process.
Yeah. So he got about, I say 2 to 4 years, and maybe less than that, to at least get to the second round of the playoffs. I'm not going to say
niggas start abandoning ship.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now, they're definitely talking behind his back.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think this was also a statement game, even though, like Mase said, everybody was banged up with the Saints. But you do want to go back into your old stadium and your old team and be like, see what y'all missing? You could have had this. But I'm just not feeling Sean Payton at the moment as a coach. And listen, I'm only from the outside looking in. I don't have any sources in Denver. I don't know anybody in the locker room. But somebody off the eye test, like I do a lot, I don't like his body language. And Bo Nix's numbers kind of speak to that. Mo, you pointed out how they went with the run. And I'm not saying that wasn't, obviously it worked looking at the score. But you're kind of game managing Bo Nix. And if that's what it takes if that's what it takes for you to win, fine. But at the same time, Bo Nix is not like he's 19 or 20 years old either. He's one of these 28-year in college ass niggas too. He's a grown man. He's been in college since 1978.
He's not a rookie.
Yeah, exactly. He's not the regular.
Prime.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know it doesn't matter what age you are, but coming into the NFL is totally different from playing high school, college, etc. It's one of 32 positions. A starting quarterback in the NFL is very rare to get. And sometimes you got to hold somebody's hand to get there. I don't know if that's the case, but Bo Nix's numbers speak to game management, quarterback.
Mo, what did you think about Rattler?
Oh, he was just a young dude. I remember him from college. So I was very familiar with him being mobile, being productive. But I just thought, just with that being his first start, just the moment was just too much for him. He didn't have all the reps that Derek Carr had. So you have to figure, if you're throwing in the backup quarterback, your game plan goes from 80 plays to about 20 just to see if he's comfortable, right? And the defense knows that. They know, hey, they going to go to their base packages, the stuff that he's cool with. Everybody knows he's mobile, he can move around, but they didn't get any help from their run game. So typically when you have a young, inexperienced quarterback, kind of like what Cam was talking about, you'll get the run game going to take the pressure off him so he can start to move out of the pocket, throw a few shallow routes, throw some short routes to get the confidence. But they couldn't get the run game going, and then you couldn't get him going. So he struggled, but I don't think anybody expected anything different.
Neither quarterback threw a touchdown.
Yeah.
Nobody got time for that.
And 2 fumbles.
Yeah,
He on his debut with 2 fumbles.
I'm talking about on an even team.
Yeah.
There was no touchdown score. Bo Nix didn't throw a touchdown. What are we watching?
A boring game.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to the 90s, man.
So now let's discuss the Chiefs. So the Chiefs owner said he has no issue with kicker Harrison Butker forming a political action committee designed to encourage Christians to vote for what the PAC describes as traditional values. So Maurice, just in general, how do you feel about athletes involving themselves within politics?
Yeah, when I seen that, I just said, man, I bet or I hope that the niggas don't read that shit and run with it. That's for white boys. You know what I'm saying? And niggas ain't got no benefits of getting in politics or taking stances. If you're in the NFL, your career gonna be short if you involve yourself in that shit. So just go on ahead and shut up. Leave that to people who are a little bit more established and who views align with the ownership. And that was just my advice and my take on that.
So you wouldn't wear your MAGA hat in here?
Listen to me. I said it clear. If you black, keep your ass out of politics if you're in the NFL, NBA, or any of that stuff, because you will have a short-lived career. Like, it's too divisive, it's too extreme. But the owner said what he was supposed to say. Like, he's supposed to say, hey, man, you have your political views, your religious views, and, he was just being politically correct. But I'm pretty sure that his views align with the person who's basically promoting that he's going to have a PAC You know what I'm saying? So he's like, hey man, I'm just telling one of my homeboys to go out here and do work that I support and probably fund. But I'm just saying for black people, man, keep your ass out of politics so you can, have yourself a career.
Yeah, some people, they like their athletes to speak up on everything. I'm not one of those people. Like, I didn't want to see Michael Jordan tell me who to vote for. I don't want to see LeBron tell me who to vote for, and I definitely don't want the Chiefs in Titletown getting into politics. Right now, we don't need that. Let's keep the first thing first. The first thing is football. We don't really care who you vote for. Like, actually, I know I'm going on a limb right here, but really not, because I don't care. You don't need to know who I'm voting for. I don't ask Cam who he's voting for. I kind of know who he's voting for.
I never voted.
Yeah, that's why I know he's voting for. He's not voting for no one. He's not for neither one of you niggas. You know what I'm saying? So we don't bring that into this equation. People always like, yo, you gotta speak for this. No, I don't. Actually, I don't. And it's better that you don't, because it's like when I saw Ice Cube talk about voting. Like, do I really want niggas who made no Vaseline pause tell me who to vote for? Not really. Not really.
Oh, man.
Yeah, now, speaking of this, right? Because you talk about something really crazy, right? We got not president, but Vice President Kamala, right? She's asking everybody to donate $40. Let me give you a case in point how this is a bad idea. I hear a pretty woman asking for $40. And she got Megan up there twerking. What do you think niggas think for the 40? For the 40. For real. For the 40. You need 40?
What is the 40 in kitchen?
Exactly. I didn't want to say, what does my 40 get me? That's what Killa is thinking.
You know what's crazy, Murder? Yeah. You know what's crazy? And this is just a sneak peek of some of the stuff that I'll be launching November 4th. But I did a game show, and it's kind of like charades. And y'all are tuning. I'm not going to give everything away. But PT had his partner and Tiff the Gift had their partner. And you know how you got to make sign language and be like this, that, and the third, or say words to make you guess. And one of them was $40.
And I'm not saying I believe this for Kamala, but I'm just saying this is why you don't want rappers, you don't want entertainers telling you about politics. That's my point.
And so PT is trying to tell her, and so I'm the judge of the show.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll chime in to help if somebody can't get it.
Mm-hmm.
So PT is like 39, 41, the girl can't get it. So I chimed in, I said, how much niggas pay bitches to hit? She said $40.
And realistically, for those that are in TV land listening to this,
I'm gonna put the clip up tomorrow.
This is the first thing that probably comes to people's mind in the hood when they hear, oh, and donate $40. 40. Wait a minute now. 40 from Oakland?
No, but what I'm saying is when we play in the game, and then you say how much you say, if you say 39, 41, and you can't get, you say, how much is it to hit? $40. She said it in half of a second. So I totally get your point.
Yeah, this is why you don't want athletes and entertainers telling you about politics.
Hey, so I'm glad you said that, because one of the things Sin was mad about, we didn't get Sin. We didn't get Sin in here this week because Chris Mullin popped up. But I thought you know why his shit is hilarious? Because you got to think, it gotta be at least 17% of our fans who think like this. It's gotta be, so he says, and I'm gonna ask you, because he has another 5 questions for next week.
Yeah.
First, I told you about Titletown, how many places Titletown, but he wanted to know.
Where's Titletown?
Yeah, forget that one. He wanted to know, Mase is always talking about keep the first thing when you're not on the first thing.
That was a good one. What is his first thing?
Who said?
Yeah, for me.
I don't. That was just like he said the list of questions. I didn't. I'll just read. I don't know.
Mase is not on
the first. Yeah.
Says the guy. Who trades Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
For gold with aliens. This is what we're up against.
Damn, when the nigga argued me today and said I got hype over Sabrina hit. I don't know if you've seen the Liberty game. Yeah. Sabrina hitting the logo shot to make them win the game, and he said, y'all didn't get that hype when DiVincenzo hit the buzzer beater to go to the second round. I said, it's the championship. He didn't. Just what I'm trying to say. He's like,
Sin, why don't you get that? Why is this not connected?
It's something wrong with the kid. I have no idea. We argued for 40 minutes, and I get mad at myself for feeding into it because I said, what?
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain something to the nigga.
Then you call me on the phone.
Yeah, I call you.
I end up saying exactly what you said.
Yeah, he think we talk.
He think we talk. He said, let me say answer. And then I give him my answer. And he goes, oh, y'all niggas was talking.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. So I don't know if he's the only one, but he says, why you not on the first thing and you doing what you doing? So how come you keep telling people to stay on the first? Do you want to answer that?
We don't know what the first thing is.
Okay, cool.
What is the first thing? Sin, if you're watching this, please share with us, what is the first thing that I'm never on?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, we'll wait because he's hilarious, man. He's definitely a character, man. What were we even talking about?
Yeah, just how do you feel about athletes getting involved in politics?
In politics.
What? To be honest, Mase summed it up. I don't really have to say anything.
And it doesn't mean that we don't think Ice Cube is intelligent. Ice Cube is definitely intelligent. He's been on the show. He's family with the show, so we got great respect for Ice Cube. But I'm just sharing with you how our listeners.
My thing, and not just our listeners. It's like this. It's like anything, though. When you think about certain shit, right? Just in sales, and not just the situation.
Yeah, like I don't get my LASIK from the mall.
Right. I can't get my jewelry where they sell clothing at.
Yeah.
I hate with niggas who be where they buy chains and it's a jacket hanging out. I hate that shit. Niggas be like, yo, just killed them. Like, if you buy your jewelry where the clothes is hanging up right in back of the jewelry.
That's not good.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't just tuck it. Yeah, in New York, they be going in there and there be a jacket and clothes and ladies selling tires and shit in the background of where you get your jewelry.
And like, what else you need? What else you need?
Yeah.
I don't need that here.
Exactly. I can't condone that. But what I was going to say is that when it comes to certain shit, not just politics, I always sit here and think about the people that they get to sell whatever it is. Like, do I want to buy State Farm because Chris Paul is State Farm?
Yeah.
Like, do I want to have drink Hennessy because LeBron is drinking Hennessy? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Is that gonna make me dunk? You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that they get,
they pick sometimes the wrong.
A lot of times,
because if you see Nas doing Hennessy on the train,
right,
somebody may want to drink.
Exactly, I totally agree with that. You know what I'm saying? It's like Trey Palomaro used to play for the Steelers. I think that was dope. He used to do the shampoo commercials because he had Patrick Mahomes, the shampoo commercials. Do I want to see Patrick Mahomes selling beef and broccolis? Nah.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or the butters? Yeah, not necessarily, maybe. But I just sit there and wonder, how do they come to the conclusion to get who they advertising, even though I know this is not related to that, but like it's more to your point, Mase. Why would we listen to certain people when it comes to certain things if you have no experience in it? And I'm not saying that this guy from Kansas City doesn't have any experience in it. I have no idea. But I'm just saying I'd rather have somebody who has experience. Like right now.
It's like Dick's Sporting Goods, right? Pause. They had the Welcome Back in there, right? And that's good.
Your song you're referring to.
Yeah,
right.
They had my song in there. But if I dropped out of school, that wouldn't make sense.
Right.
Playing Welcome Back.
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
Exactly. Exactly. That's part of that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? That's a great example. That's a perfect example because niggas always want me to come talk to the kids. And I'm like, you want me to tell my story?
You don't want him to tell his story to the kids.
You don't want me to tell my story to the kids because half these niggas might walk out right after me when I leave.
I told you I ain't need school.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to
told you
tell
I ain't need it.
I'm a nigga that didn't graduate from high school and went to college and then got kicked out of college. Like, nigga, how did I get in college? Like, this is what I'm trying to say. You want me to come in front of your school and be like, you know, if you're really good in sports, they'll make sure that you all right. You know, if you're
good enough, they'll figure it out.
Exactly. But I don't know if you want me to come speak to your kids, man. So.
Okay, I have a couple points. I'm trying to break it down the best way that I can. So the whole Harrison Butker situation, it is a little tricky when athletes and entertainers get involved with politics just because you don't want it going a certain way that it shouldn't. But like, this is something that he's clearly passionate about. By him joining the PAC, which is a political action committee, he's able to raise money for the candidate that he believes in. So if he wants to do that and he's not going to face any effects for that, I feel like, why not? Should this be the route for everybody? Probably not, because we know people feel some type of way when you talk about politics. That's the first thing. The second thing, I think that you should vote. You know, I think it does affect you personally. Like I always say, do your own research. So do what you got to do. Don't listen to certain people to get your political views. Go do the research, see what's important to you, and make your decision that way. I think this is the perfect time to say, like, it is the voting period. So go ahead and do that.
Well,
and
let me ask you this for somebody like me. If I have, not me, but let's say I'm speaking for a friend that's not present. If they don't like either candidate, they find challenges with each candidate, who do they vote for?
Right. So I feel like a lot of people don't like both candidates. And I still feel like you hone down on certain issues that are important to you and vote based off of those specific issues, even if there's certain things that you don't like as a whole, because I feel like your vote does matter. Like, I feel like rather than deciding to not participate, you should do, like, we look into things that we're interested in, right? And this does affect people's lives. I would go see, even if it's one part of it that's just something that's super passionate to you, because it's your everyday life, look into that and make your vote based off of that. But that's what I would do if you just truly, because I feel like a lot of people feel that way.
Can I say how I really feel?
Go for it. This is the show.
I would love that you do it more often.
Y'all show.
Yeah, actually, this is just a question I was thinking today, right? I was thinking, okay, like when it comes to Kamala, right? The whole "it's your body," right? This is what I was thinking. If it's a baby that's both of ours, how do you get to decide what happened to my baby? Like,
as far as,
like,
so,
it's my
be a
body,
little bit more
my
specific.
choice. Like she says, my body, my choice.
Yeah.
So if it's my baby and it's your baby, how is it your choice?
Right.
You know something, and I want her to answer that. But to me, it's always the guy's baby. It comes out of you. It goes to her to get fertilized.
And you got to pay for it.
And then it comes out, you're supposed to give it back to me. Niggas just don't be wanting to take care of their kids back in the days. But my bad, murder. That's how I look at it.
I really wanted to understand that, you know?
Yeah. So for Kamala's policies, right?
She says your choice.
Yeah, your body, your choice. That's a whole movement.
So it's my baby, and you can just decide if you want to get rid of the baby.
What I would say, because that's a touchy topic, just in general. And
but do you understand the concern of a guy?
No, I 1,000%.
Like you keep saying it's her choice. Like what about my choice?
And I truly feel like it's a decision from both parties. That's why I feel like in your specific situation, both parties should figure out what makes sense for them.
So would it be better to say it's your body and our choice?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Asking. That's a whole entire different movement in itself.
But I'm just asking a question.
Yeah,
is it our choice or is it your choice? Yeah, I
think that goes down to the two parties involved. Because the man may feel different from the woman may feel different from the man, and it's not even just about what happens to the baby.
So you could just come home Thursday and she'd be like, well, no. I got rid of it.
No, and it is crazy because it's still a human being. It's a baby.
I'm not.
Just got to be clear about that. I'm just saying it comes down to what both parties want and what their involvement is, and healthcare at that, because it's two different parts.
She may have great policies, but I'm definitely not feeling that concept.
But that's what I'm saying. Both parties feel different ways in different aspects, whether it's what you do with the baby, what the healthcare is involved with it, contraceptive. There's a lot of things. That's why I'm saying it's deeper than just this and that. Do your research and see what makes sense for you. I think this is the perfect opportunity to do the research and read up on it.
Like I said, I have no opinion. I like hearing everybody's opinion.
Yeah.
But the question that I really wanted to ask was just that, and I'm not being funny, I'm just asking, what has any president done for you, throughout your life?
Yeah, well, you don't feel immediate effects, but something that's important to me out of a lot of policies is education, because that's just something that's important to me.
Look at him.
Sorry. Because obviously, I'm just now becoming a young adult, so it's bills, taxes, things with the economy. Those are things that I'm learning along the way. But to me, that's an important part. So
no, I'm saying you say you need to vote.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
This is your first vote?
No.
You voted before?
Yeah.
How many times you voted? You just when you've been old enough to vote once.
Yeah.
And who'd you vote for last time?
Well, I'm not going to disclose who I voted for, but I did.
Why is it so
private? Secretive.
Because people take things too, and I'm good off that. I ain't come here to be a political advocate. That's why I say vote, because voting is important to me, but I didn't come here to tell you who to vote for. Yeah. Same way we talking about Harrison Butker. Don't listen. Do your own research. You don't got to listen to me because I think differently from y'all. And y'all think differently from me.
Right. Did the person you voted for, do you feel the effects of it throughout their presidency?
I think there's a lot of things that have changed over the past couple of years that I have felt the effects of becoming a young adult, and I'm still learning more.
Yeah,
and I can admit that.
You're rich, so you don't feel what she feels.
She's rich too. She's pretty high.
Yeah. But the regular people, they feel something totally different than people like you.
What does that mean? What does that mean? See, let me say now let's do it. Let's do it. You know what I hate? You know what I hate? No, not you. You know what I hate?
Yeah.
When people be like, well, you're a rapper and that's why you got what you got. I didn't come from no rich family. I utilized my 24 hours a day from the time I was born and started making choices and picking and choosing the things that I wanted to do in life. My graduation speech at elementary school, 6th grade, was a rap song. The only time I graduated, my speech was actually a rap song. I've been playing.
What rap song? What rap song?
I said, check it out like this. I used to be in Sid's class. In a way, I'm kind of glad that it's in the past because I'm going on to junior high. And after graduation, getting a piece of the pie. And by the way, I'd like to thank you a lot. From my teachers, I learned a lot. And now I'm going to say that I am sad because River East is the best school I ever had. 6th grade.
You was quiet, Killa.
Got to stand it up. I've been planting these seeds since 10 years old, man. So when niggas be like, yo, you're a rapper. That's why you did it. Don't get mad at me because you was trying to figure shit out when you turned 19 and 20 and 21. I've been trying to play basketball and be a rapper, and then that didn't have to work out. Because a lot of times, not prior to the internet, you don't know these Jack the Rappers, me, Mason Blunt shit was trying to go to.
Yeah.
Or the country club and all these little places that you had to be at. It isn't like we stood on the block and waited for somebody to come get us. We actually was going places so we could be heard and battling people and going to different neighborhoods and going to different talent shows and club SOs and all type of shit.
And driving hours upstate.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to get a show.
Exactly. People don't realize that. So they be like, well, you're a rapper. This is why this, that, third. So when you say I'm rich, thank you. That's what's the plan. The plan wasn't poverty. So I utilized my time to say this, man.
Plan wasn't poverty.
Yeah, man. No, thank you, man. So, damn, well, you've been a part of it. So thank you. Because we was iron sharpens iron, man. This was what we was doing as kids, man. So sorry if somebody feels that I have more money than whatever. I wasn't born with no silver spoon. I'm from a 101 West 140th Street. In 1976, I was born. Do you know what that looked like? Nah, I don't think that people know what Harlem looked like. I don't think people don't know what abandoned buildings look like when 60% of Harlem was abandoned buildings and graffiti and dog shit and glass on the floor. Yeah, exactly.
Messy mattresses.
Yeah, exactly.
Junkyard.
Exactly. So thank you, man. I take that as a compliment, brother. I appreciate it.
Well, before we go to break, Maurice, do you have any further remarks?
No.
Okay.
Mo, you're not part of the pack?
I ain't part of the pack.
Okay.
Mo said the only pack he knows is Pac-Man. Pac-Man Jones.
Okay.
That's my dude.
We are going to go to break. When we return, we will discuss Kawhi. Don't go anywhere.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. I'm stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. She wanna be free.
Welcome back. Now let's get into our underdog picks of the day. On Sunday, the Browns are playing the Bengals. Underdog has Joe Burrow at 253.5 passing yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Joe
Burrow.
I'm going higher.
Who they playing?
The Browns.
Yeah, he's going crazy. He's going crazy on the Browns.
It's an in-state game, too. Ohio shit.
Yeah, it's a rivalry.
Town business.
Okay.
Higher.
Jamar Chase is at 6 receptions.
Higher.
Higher.
And Deshaun Watson's at 24.5 rushing yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
I don't want to say anything about Deshaun. I'm sticking this one out.
What?
Hey, yo.
What do you think, Mo? I'm going to let you make that one for me.
What was it? Can you say it again?
Yeah, Deshaun Watson, 24.5 rushing yards versus the Bengals.
Lower.
Lower.
I'll go with Mo.
Okay, if you guys like these picks, remember you always get a free pick if you're not already on Underdog, so make sure to support the show. Sign up now and you can make your picks too. So we're going to discuss Kawhi. He's expected to be sidelined indefinitely because of recovery for inflammation in his right knee. Maurice, what are your thoughts on his injury, and then how does this affect the Clippers?
Well, when I looked at the report from him, it made me think of Joel Embiid when he said that he doesn't play games back-to-back, or he sits out games where he has to play back-to-back. And it just made me think that since they're paying players more money, that expecting to see players less, even if they have a knick-knack injury, is just going to be a normal thing. I had looked over the last 4 to 5 years, and I seen that he's averaged like 50 or 60 games in all of those seasons. So I don't think that this is anything different. I think people wanted to see him play, and they thought that he would be healthy and be back out there. But I think the days of guys playing 82 games or even playing close to it are over. I think they make too much money, and all these are driven by business decisions and needing guys at the back half of the season. So that was my take on it.
Yeah, I think this is like the third situation that he's had with his knee. I remember in 21, he repaired a torn ACL. Then we got 2023, where he's returning from that ACL again and only to be sidelined again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this is the third time that we're experiencing this same injury. So it's not a knick-knack. It's something that's really serious. And I don't know if it's time to really say bye-bye to the Kawhi Leonard that we used to know. I'm not trying to rush his retirement. I'm not trying to rush his transition, but I'm definitely paying attention to this because this is something that consistently happened. And it seems to be the same location of his body. Pause. Now, when you think of Paul George leaving the Clippers, and now you got a Kawhi Leonard who's hurt. It's like this is not the time to be doing that. Like, I know you can't pick when you get hurt, but this is definitely not the time to be hurt.
I think he should retire. My personal opinion, because you know why you're leading us on. And it's fucked up because we seen greatness from Kawhi. We seen it on a high level. We seen him win MVP with Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Ginobili. We also see him actually get traded to the Raptors, and we seen DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan's an outstanding player, one of elite for the time he's been playing. Couldn't get the job done all those years. Kawhi gets to the Raptors 1 year and gets that country their first championship.
Yeah.
We're not going to say and act like Klay Thompson wasn't hurt and Kevin Durant wasn't hurt and everybody else. But regardless, they won the championship.
He may have hit the biggest shot ever in basketball history. That bounce and Joel Embiid crying.
I ain't going to say ever in history now. It was a big shot, but there's been some incredible shots over the years in basketball history.
A shot that make you cry is crazy.
Well, anybody who cry with snot coming out they nose to 7'2" is crazy to me. You got to take that in the back. I don't want to see Booger Snot cry when you 7'2".
Yeah, one of the biggest shots, you know?
Yeah. No, I think it actually was a really, really big shot. I just don't want to throw that at the top of the list because we watched a lot of basketball. You may be forgetting a couple shots that we're not thinking about. But yeah, man. And listen, year after year, I want to see Kawhi because to me, he's super talented, and I love him because it's nothing too flashy, it's nothing crazy. Mid-range game is crazy. Plays outstanding defense. If you jump, you might be a poster. Amazing. I just feel more bad for Steve Ballmer, the owner, and the GM.
Yeah, because he went all in.
You get this thing where you say, okay, 3-4 years ago, we got the best team in LA. You got Paul George and you got Kawhi Leonard, and you're like, okay, we about to make some noise. Doesn't pan out. Then you end up getting Russell Westbrook. Then not only Russell Westbrook, you get James Harden. You're like, okay, we got 4 future Hall of Famers on the team. It doesn't pan out. What do? Last January, in the middle of the season, you give Kawhi a 3-year extension for $154 million, knowing he's always getting hurt. So now he's hurt and he's out indefinitely. Not only out indefinitely, you just built a brand new stadium, arena.
Switch the logo.
But no, I'm saying this costs money. They got tired of playing where the Lakers was playing. Steve Ballmer said, you know what, we're going to go to Inglewood with it, to the new form. We're going to build this up. I don't know, did you see what they built in there?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's a part of the arena where whichever section makes the most noise during the game, they have like a meter to see who makes the most what section makes the most noise. And whatever section makes the most noise is like a machine that comes up and just disperse shirts and hats and all type of shit to them. Like he went all out. And the best player on your team is not available. Not only not available, out indefinitely. So we don't know when he's going to be available. Kawhi, I ain't mad at you because this goes back to what I've been saying and more stat lately than me. If you could get away with it, then get away with it. If you're stealing $153 million from niggas and you ain't playing, who am I to say anything about it? But as a fan, it's really, really annoying. It really is. And I think that you should really consider retiring. But
if you can't play.
But why would I retire when I'm about to get $50 million a year for the next 3 years? So just very disappointing as a fan.
I think this is crazy for James Harden. Everywhere he goes, something like this happens. You know, and he's a phenomenal player. I'm not saying anything about him. I'm just saying this is so unfortunate because he makes his move to Philly. Somebody's not playing. He makes his move to Brooklyn. Somebody's not playing. He makes his move now to the Clippers. And again, somebody's not playing. I guess all signs are leading to, if you're going to get a chip, James Harden, you're going to have to will it on your own because you're not going to be able to live off nobody else.
I think that he had that window, but he just kept running into Golden State. Him trying to do it by himself, he may have missed that window. Because shit, don't act like, not you, I'm just saying in general, we ain't see James Harden that crazy for about 4 years straight in Houston.
No, he's still crazy to me. I'm just saying it's time to take on that mindset. I'm not saying this anyway against James Harden because I believe he's one of the best ISO players that ever played the game. So I'm really speaking to the mindset that when you go out there, you can't really expect anybody else to help you out. That's what I'm really speaking to. You just got to be a dog and say, you know what, we're going to win because I'm going to make us win. And that got to be the mindset. Yeah,
and I agree with you. But he had that mindset and he said it didn't help. Yeah. So and to be honest with you, you're right. He's probably one of the, I don't want to put a number on it, but he's definitely one of the best ISO players ever.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, you got to think about it. This nigga had turned down it, and at the time it was crazy. 2 years for $103 million not to go back to Houston, to go to Brooklyn to try and win a championship. That's how bad he wants a championship. Mm-hmm. Then leave there, go with Daryl Morey to Philly to try and win a championship. And everything you just said is 100% correct. He may be the black cat, and I'm not saying he is. But why should keep getting fucked up every place you go? So I would take murder advice, but the only advice that I would change up is just go get your Hall of Fame shit. Stop thinking you're going to win it dolo, because nobody wins it dolo. But I would just go back to ISO James and just be one of them niggas because...
Yeah, big Charles Barkley.
Yeah, tone it down, I mean, not tone it down, bring it back up, because he changes his game. And that's what I like about James Harden is that, you have to change the game when you're playing with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. You got to change the game when you're playing with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. You got to change the game when you're playing with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard and Russell Westbrook. Again for the second time.
Now he could just go back to getting 40.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I meant by Barkley. Just Barkley was out there just going crazy. He wasn't going to win, but niggas knew he was out there.
He's another nigga left and tried to see what's going on in Phoenix. After niggas get their money, they be wanting that chip.
He went to Houston too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Niggas be chasing the ring after they get their money, and then it never work out like that.
You know what was the worst team of niggas doing that? Steve Nash, Gary Payton,
Karl Malone with the Lakers.
Yeah, that was.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're right.
That was just uncalled for.
Yeah, and they still lost.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, and then real quick before we go to the next topic, I know you guys don't want to rush Kawhi into retirement, but how much longer, Mase, I'll ask you first, do you see him actually playing?
I would say healthy, 7 years? 7 years. I think as long as there's money on the table, he'll be playing. So I think when he leaves this deal, somebody else gives him a 4-year deal or a 3-year deal, and then after that, there's one more deal. So it may not be 7, maybe closer to 5. And then he'll be ready to be out of there. He made all almost $1 billion.
Madoff like Madoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
He definitely made off.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you, because to be honest with you, I don't know if we're going to get another full year of Kawhi. To be honest with you, this whole load management shit started with them, the Spurs. Then after that, he moved to the Clippers and Doc Rivers and Toronto as well. They started that. He started this whole load management shit. And it's still going on. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? To the point, he's the one this shit all started with. And now everybody's load management. And to the point where if you're the creator of load management, you know, I'm exaggerating saying the creator, but you're part of the reason they started this, and you're still not healthy, it's no other player who had more load management in him in the last 3-4 years, my nigga. He leads the league in load management, Paul.
Yeah, he may come back and get a deal for $100 million and play 20 games. He said the only games he have to play, not he said, but it seemed like in his mindset, all he have to play is the postseason.
Yeah, but if you don't make it, then what? Because you don't have Paul George to lean on. Russell Westbrook isn't there now. You got... Now, the Clippers roster have to go observe it. You know, James Harden is there. And I'm pretty sure they got some good pieces. And, you know, Ty Lue ain't going to let it just fall apart. But if you're fighting for the play-in...
Yeah, Ty Lue got to be furious right now.
Sick of it.
Yeah, you going to play or not?
Yeah, man, exactly.
What do you think, Mo?
I think he got about 5 years left. But I think like after being around, like closer to these college programs, like when they do those load management tests, they take these dudes like on this it's this board, and they measure the amount of force that goes into each leg, and then that shoots out a number to the wall to say, you know, this guy is explosive and he can go out here and play and give you, you know, 35 minutes or whatever. And I just think that ownership and management is looking at it from that. Like, I'd rather get 50 games with Kawhi Leonard, quality games and not banged up games, than having played a full 72. But I think from a fan's perspective, we just so used to people pushing through all the hurt and pain and being dogs and getting through. So I think he got about 5 years. And of course, like you said, when you make it $50 million, like, yeah, bro, it's kind of hard to even want to think about retiring.
I think we're underestimating what's really going on here. Honestly, I'm hearing all of you speak, but I'm remembering people like Bernard King that limped out for $1 million, and you telling me a nigga can't get on the court for 150?
Well, also to some of the players' point, CJ McCullough, who's I don't want to get the wrong title, but he's part of the players' union some type of way.
Yep.
Right. And he said that niggas be wanting to play, but general managers and coaches sit them out certain games. They said they talked to them before the season and asked them, we're going to sit you out this game. Do you want to sit out this game? X amount of games so they could preserve their superstars. So some of them, it isn't always on the player.
Cap.
Who? CJ McCullough?
He's cap.
I don't think CJ McCullough would lie. He don't seem like the type that lie. Now, if it was a nigga that be in the club,
they can't make you sit out if you don't want to sit out.
I think that's the way they preserve their superstar. I think that's the mind state and the mind state of some of these general managers. I wouldn't say if there's a nigga that be in the club every night, cool. CJ McCullough seems pretty clean cut, honest. So I would take it at face value. I can't say if he's lying or not. But if I had to believe him, I'm just saying I believe him.
What you think,
I could see that. I think it makes a lot of sense. Like, it's like,
no, I believe what Killa is saying. I'm just saying, when you really want to play, Killa, nobody could tell you like, yo, sit out this game against these guys and then play over here. It's like, no, I want to play every game.
No, I agree with you, but some niggas don't have the cachet as LeBron or Giannis or Damian Lillard or Kevin Durant.
I could go with that.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Especially if they're feeling like, I don't need you right now, I need you in the playoffs.
Go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, you also have to think like this. You have these GMs saying the people who we're going to play in the playoffs, they rest in their superstars. So even you may think psychologically that I don't want to have, or I don't want my guy beat up, pause by the time he gets to, the playoffs or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So it's like when one nigga become pause a sucker, it make you a sucker. That's what I heard. I'm just telling you how my brain works. So since niggas is doing sucker stuff, now you doing the same thing. That's what I heard. I'm just telling you what I heard.
I think like we as athletes, we look at ourselves as like competitive people towards each other who come from a certain era. These owners look at these niggas as assets. That's it. This nigga's an asset, and I'm treating him like an asset. I'm managing my asset because this is the nigga who fans come to see, and we need him on the court. We need those seats our butts in the seats and the whole thing. That's what I think is happening with all this load management stuff. Is just these niggas are our assets, and how do we keep these niggas on the court longer? And how, when we get to the end of the season, do we stay competitive? Because you got to think like this. The other week I told you these niggas make $15 million every game at Ohio State, right? I don't know how much money you make at an NBA game. I don't know how much playoff tickets cost or the economics around it, but I'm pretty sure all of that decision-making goes into keeping Kawhi around longer, the TV ratings, and all of the revenue that's generated from there. So I just think that goes into the decision-making.
Yeah, I think we got to get this under control, because if this load management makes its way to football, it's going to be horrible. Is already making its way into college and other things like that. I really pray that this doesn't make it to football, because it will be horrible.
I don't think it'll ever get to football, because that's the one thing that the players are complaining about, basketball-wise, is that we got to play 82 games a year. Football is once a week. Right. It's only 17 games, and y'all got to figure it out in the 17 games. Baseball is 162 games. Basketball is 82 games. Football, you got 17 weeks to figure out exactly what you want to do. So I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that you don't got a lot of time to be playing load management games of football. And then on top of that, the one thing that the NFL does is they don't guarantee your money. So go ahead and play games and don't meet the requirements. You already tapped out on the guaranteed money. Yeah. So if you don't meet your obligations, you won't be getting any more.
Facts. Well, great takes.
Mase,
go ahead, Maurice.
Oh, no, just for educational purposes, they've already started in football. So there's no more tackling at practice, or there's very few people who do tackle at practice.
That's the load management.
Yeah, that's low.
Yeah. Yes, it's the same thing. But then also in the NFL, you paying somebody $30 million to throw the football, $40 million, $50 million, and there's a certain way that you even have to hit the quarterback. So all of that stuff, the spearing when dudes was leading with their heads, like the crown of the head can't hit the other player, all that aggressive play has kind of got erased just because there's more money involved. So like we've been seeing load management in some capacity with football.
Yeah, even what's that called when they when the ball is in the air and they're waiting for it, like that, pause. On a punt return. Yeah, punt return.
A fair catch.
Yeah, that person.
When they wave their hand.
Yeah, they used to get cracked.
Yeah. Yo, let me ask you a question, Mo. With this new format, I meant to ask Mike, but I asked you, in the NFL, where the guys are on like the 25-yard line after a kick return, pardon me, not kicker, a kickoff, and they can't attack until the guy catches the ball. You know the new rule I'm talking about?
Yes, so they have to catch the ball in end zone first before the team who's kicking off can actually take down a sprint. And then they've shortened that distance probably by like 30 or 40 yards.
Right. So I just was curious to know. So it's no more onside kicks?
Yeah, you can do an onside kick. What they were trying to do is that, man, you got niggas who 240, 50 pounds, niggas running 4.4s, 4.5, just going down to smashing shit, right? Football got like a degenerate level. Like, how like you got Draymond Green basketball, nigga be, going crazy. You got some niggas, man, who only lift weights, who only do hang clean, niggas just fuck shit up. You know what I'm saying? And so them the niggas who be knocking your superstar players out when you only got a 53-man roster and you got niggas coming down and these niggas just fucking busting through wedges and fucking niggas up. They took all that shit out the way. But
how do you do an onside kick though? This is what I'm saying. If everybody's down the field already and the kick is back here, how does an onside kick work these days? Because ain't nobody there to even fight for the onside kick.
That is a good question. I'm not even gonna lie, like I got the answer.
Right, that's what I was
I've not
wondering.
seen an onside kick in Mike Irvin might have the answer. I've not seen a new onside kick with this new format.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Did they take that out the game? That was I'm just trying to be. I'm not being facetious. I just want to know. Like, it looks like with this new format, you can't even do an onside kick. So I was just wondering.
Good question. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, back to Kawhi, at least hoping that you have a speedy recovery, although we talked about the topic. But that is all the time that we have for today. Maurice, thank you for being here.
Mo, we appreciate you, man. Love, baby.
Always.
All right. Thank you all for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.